Hey, so what's going on, people? If you happen to watch one of my recent videos, I think it was the undefeated one. If you happen to watch that and you're thinking about doing that whole giveaway thing, don't do it because you're a little too late. Give a shout out to P-Town24. He came through with the winning answer once again because that's what he does. So there you go. You missed it. He didn't. So stay tuned. Keep watching. There'll probably be another one sooner or later. You know, there always is. So it's not the end of the world. All right? Cheer up. It's going to be okay. So the other day, I'm walking out of Chick-fil-A, I went over there, got myself some waffle fries and a lemonade because that's what I get when I go there. I'm coming back, I'm going to get into the truck and everything, and of course, I've only got like the one hand holding everything, taking that leap of faith, thinking like, maybe I can do it. I'm opening the truck, I get in there, and then I go to like bring this hand in, and it hits something, I forget what was over here, hits something, fries all over the ground, and I'm like, well, dang, right? Because it sucks. It does. I mean, it was great for those birds that came by and ate everything. They ate good the rest of the day. There's a bird like this big, had this waffle fry in his mouth like that. And I'm like, man, how are you getting that thing home? But anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm like crying on the inside, kind of, sort of, but not really, thinking, man, I just spent like $4 on those and now I can't eat them, so now I'm just going to be hungry. Which is one of the fears, right, that you have when you're walking around with food. You're like, hopefully I don't drop it, because if I drop it, then it's gone. I mean, I ended up going through the drive-thru, getting some new ones, and it was fine. But that's just like one of the things that goes through your head, You got those slightly irrational fears, though there is an actual valid reason to have them. Now, a friend of mine from work, he was telling me that he's got this thing where, like, on his birthday, he stays home because he feels like if he goes out and happens to be killed, and for whatever reason, like his whole thing, his fear is like he doesn't want to have a tombstone where like the start date and the end date is like the same date, just different years. Kind of weird thing to me. I get it, but I mean, still, there's a lot of accidents that happen in the home. People have died at home. It happens, right? I don't think I have anything like that personally. I mean, I know I do have a bit of a thing about. I always have my keys in my hand usually when I'm walking around. And I don't like walking over like sewer things and stuff like that. Because like, I know I'm a little clumsy. And I always feel like I'm going to drop them and they're just going to fall down into the sewer and like, that's it. Then I got to get a new gym membership thing. Got to get a new storage unit thing. Got to get a new card, key, whatever. I'm like, man, I just don't want to deal with it. And it would just not ruin the day, but put a rain cloud over, that's for sure. Anyways, so I don't think there's not much of a reason for that little rant, but some people don't mind hearing that stuff. Some people, they just use the timestamps, they skip to the part that they need. That's fine. I don't really care a whole lot, honestly. So that's it for that part. So what's going on, people? How's everybody doing out there? I'm knocking out the second video for today. It's been a long time since I stood in front of this camera, started doing this. And this box right here, I honestly do not remember what's in it. I have no idea what's going to be in this box. Now, you guys happen to know already because you saw the thumbnail, you saw all that stuff. So you're like, oh, what's the whatever. But we're going to see. And then I'll talk about, how much it costs and like what I like about them or whatever and all that good stuff. Put those scissors down there. And let's see, what is in there? Okay, so right. Okay, cool. So, Adidas box, right? One of the newer style Adidas boxes. So there you go, you got the Adidas thing on the side, it's also on the back, on the other side, and then on the last side, you have the picture and all that stuff of what is going on inside the box. So now that I know what these are, that means that I can actually talk about them for just a moment, and then we'll get into all that review stuff. So I was perusing the Twitter the other day, looking at shoe sales and coupon codes and such, because that's what I use Twitter for. I don't know what you use it for, but that's all I need it for. So I'm going through there and I see some things, and I saw these and I'm like, oh, those look pretty decent, I've been wanting a pair of the S&Ls. And I saw that color, and I'm like, that's a pretty decent color, pretty decent price. But I'm going to see if they have them for that price in the store, and maybe I can get some kind of discount off of that, bring it down just a little bit more, right? Because it was already for a good price, right? 180 retail, knocked down to 100. So I was like, yeah, that's not bad, but maybe it can be better. Maybe it can be better. So I wait, I go to Foot Locker, I go to Finish Line, and I'm thinking, let's see if those things are in here. They had them, but they were at like 115 or 110 in the store, and I wasn't gonna bother them saying like, hey, can you price match this, and then can I use this code or whatever? I wasn't gonna do all that. It wasn't that serious. I was just like, you know what? Whatever, I'll just order them anyway. So I go back, and then the next day, I see them, same shoe, same store, but there's a coupon code now, which brought the $100 price tag down to 90. Then you add in a little bit of money for taxes and such, comes on out to like 95 or so, 97, whatever. So now it's like, well, this is already better, because had I had them knock it down to 100, it probably would have still come out to like maybe 100. So this way I save a good $3, right? $3 that I can use to buy, I don't know, maybe some waffle fries from Chick-fil-A or something. So there's that. But now that you have that story that you didn't ask for, now it's time to open this box, see what's going on the inside, and then move on with this review so that you can move on with your day. So let's go ahead and get these out of here. Take that one. Okay, hold that. And then go. Why is this shoe individually wrapped? You see this? It's like that biotech thing all over again. Stick it there. Let's go ahead and bring these out. Finish Line on these coupons. I hadn't bought from Finish Line in forever. I was thinking that my last purchase was the Dusty Cactus 270s, but it was actually the Volt Vapor Max 2s. It's just I didn't have the Volts weren't in my order history because that was an in-store thing where I went in there, they didn't have my size. He's like, I'll order it and I can get you a discount. I was like, yeah, like of course you're gonna order and get me a discount. Like why would I say no to that? So yeah, that happened and worked out pretty well, as did this. So let's look at these, and these are looking all right. These are looking all right. All right, so now that that's out of the way, the whole looking over the shoe part, we're not gonna use that one, we're gonna use this one. So it is now review time on this right here, the Adidas UltraBoost S&L in this gray colorway, right? I don't remember the exact colorway name. I know some of them did have one, but some of them were just called off of what they were. Like the khaki pair was called the khaki pair. This might just be called the gray pair. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this, right? Across the bottom here, you've got the typical Continental outsole that is on all UltraBoost and some other things. Gives you a very nice durability because, you know, Continental, like the Continental rubber on tires. So if it's good enough for a tire, it's probably good enough for a foot, right? So you got that going on, gives you some nice durability for if you're going to be wearing these, wherever you're going to be wearing these. It gives you a little bit of peace of mind, right? And some nice traction if you're running and such, because while I wouldn't necessarily use these for running on account of some other things we'll get into, your standard UltraBoost is totally good for it. And then also on the bottom, you got that torsion system that's orange, kind of like these little lace tips on the inside, but again, things for later. The midsole here, so this is kind of a nice touch. It's gray with a little bit of black over here. So you got this gray midsole going on, kind of matches the heel a little bit. And from the lighting, yeah, and the area around the toe as well. So that's a nice touch because I don't think I have any colored boost that isn't black. So you got that going on, and again, because this is an UltraBoost, this is going to be super cushiony. It's not going to give you the same cushion that you're going to find on the newer ones unless they remodeled these, but it looks like they didn't. And when I say that, I'm talking about the 19s and the 20s. These, it looks like they might be, but I'm going to assume not, honestly. So I might be wrong, and if I am, I'll come back to that in another video or something, because I like these enough that I could end up with another pair. A different color, obviously. So let's go ahead and talk about the rest of this. Across the front here around the toe box, you've got this suede area here that goes all around, nice little wrap around there. And then on the upper part, this part here, where it's kind of like the flat plastic, or flat style, it looks like it's just a plastic overlay over what you see here, because you can kind of look in there and you can see underneath this, it's pretty much just that. So I don't know if there's any 3M on here or anything, but if there is, that will be slipped in at some point, probably here. But if there isn't anything as far as 3M goes, then this will just be a straight through shot. So moving on past that though, this part you got a nice mesh area going on that, like I said, extends all the way up into here, all the way through here, back to this area right before the area that goes above your ankle, or below your ankle, right around your ankle, whatever. And that area here, right here and right here, it's the same thing you're going to find up on the tongue, which is actually feels like it's going to be very comfortable, honestly, because it's got a nice thickness to it. So these seem like they'd be something definitely good for the colder time frame. Again, with the suede and the leather, which is where the S&L comes in, it makes sense. So now moving back down just a little bit, you got this here cage, right? And the cage is where you see the leather part come in. So down here, it looks like on the stripes and everything, and just looking at this part as well, like the cage itself, it's feeling like it might be not the highest quality, but leather all the same. So that's kind of a nice little touch. Visually though, like that's what got me about these. I like the suede. There's also suede on the heel cup area as well, which also comes on around there. And then you have a slightly less stiff suede on the back of the shoe right there, just behind where where your pull tab would be and all that. So overall though, these are a really nice shoe. And then with the orange laces, and obviously you can't see that when you're wearing it, and you're unlikely to see that, but it's just a nice little pop of color that isn't too crazy, and actually to me goes fairly well with the shoe itself. So these, let's see, pull these in here, get a little something I can use for a thumbnail later. So there's that. Hold this just like this so I can take that. All right, cool. So yeah, overall these shoes are looking really nice. And now the part that a lot of people are going to be clicking forward to, it's the sizing portion. So here's the thing about UltraBoost, right? I find that they fit true to size. But the thing is, you also like to know what they look like on feet and everything. So I'll get those clips in here too so you can see that. And while you're seeing those, I'm going to go ahead and talk about just my overall thoughts on the shoe itself as far as comfort and such goes. So as I was saying before, I don't have another pair of UltraBoost around here, but the rear area, it doesn't seem like it's as thick as the 20s or the 19s. I could be wrong, but even if it is or isn't, regardless, these are going to be one of the most comfortable shoes that you can get out there. Now, for the price point, it is kind of high retail wise, but if you're looking for something that's going to offer you some all-day comfort, this is definitely a contender. I'm not going to say that it's the best, but in my opinion, it's certainly one of them, worthy of being in the conversation. So if you got some reason to be on your feet all day, or you just want something that looks pretty stylish, because you can be the judge of that. If you want something that just looks a little stylish too, this will do that for you. It's a really nice look overall, really nice comfort overall. And then with the way the upper is, with those, it's very much like the kind of shoe where it's going to feel like that whole sock look, right? Or it's going to feel like a sock because of the way the shoe is made. And so when you wear that, when you're walking around in it, it'll kind of stretch out just a little bit over time to get it broken in and everything. They are a little bit snug out of the box, but I'm still going to say go with your true to size fit. And that's really pretty sure that's really all I have to say about the sizing and all that. So I assume that those videos have shown just long enough, and so you've probably made your decision on what you think of them as far as looks go. You've already heard how they fit, so I guess that concludes part 2 of this review. So that is pretty much it for me. I don't have anything else to say because I've said a lot already. Thanks for watching. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. go ahead, check out some of these UltraBoost S&Ls if you ever get the time. They might still be marked down on finish line, right? I think they have 3 colors. This one, the khaki one, and I feel like it might have been a black one or something. But anyways, they're totally worth checking out. So go ahead and do that sometime if you're in the market for something that's cheap and pretty comfortable. So thanks again, people. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are, just like I said a moment ago. And come on back whenever it makes sense to come on back.